Hi friends, in this video I will talk about one-way ANOVA using R. So firstly we will understand what is one-way ANOVA. One-way ANOVA generally we are using for finding the mean difference between more than two groups. This particular test was given by Sir Ronald Fisher. He was the British statistician who has given this particular test, and when we get the value of one-way ANOVA, usually we are representing the value of one-way ANOVA by capital letter F, which is given by the Fishers after his name. So for one-way ANOVA, we need to have two variables like independent samples t-test. First one should be the independent variable on the categorical scale with the more than two labels, and second would be the dependent variable on the continuous scale. So dependent variable on continuous scale, independent variable on categorical scale with at least three labels or at least three categories. For example, if we have the dependent variable marks and we have the independent variable teaching pedagogies or the methods of teaching like discussion, audio and video method. So we are interested here to find the mean difference in the marks on the basis of teaching through these different methods. So this way, for this particular thing or for this particular example, we can apply one-way ANOVA. The only difference between the one-way ANOVA and independent samples t-test is that in independent samples t-test, we have categorical variable with the two labels only, but in one-way ANOVA, we will have categorical variable with at least three labels. This is the only difference between the two tests. Now, assumptions of one-way ANOVA are, first one is the assumption of independence. It means two or more independent groups that represent independent variable should be categorical. Second assumption is the assumption of normality. So the dependent variable should be approximately normally distributed and dependent variable should be measured on continuous scale. Next one is the assumption of homogeneity of variance. So the dependent variable should follow the equality of variances or homogeneity of variances. And there should be no significant outliers in the dependent variable with respect to the categories of independent variable. So friends, this way these are the certain assumptions which we need to test firstly before applying one-way ANOVA. Now talking about hypothesis of one-way ANOVA. So symbolically we can write the hypothesis H0 or H0 as mu1 equals to mu2 equals to mu3 up to mu k. That is all the k population means are equal, and alternatively we can say at least one population mean is different. So mu is indicating us the population mean. Now we will move towards to the R studio to see how we can apply one-way ANOVA in R. So firstly, I am writing here the null hypothesis which I want to test using one-way ANOVA. For example, I am writing there is no significant difference in the mean income on the basis of occupation. This is my null hypothesis. In this null hypothesis, we can see this thing that we have dependent variable which is income. So we can say income is the continuous scale variable. Then we have independent variable that is occupation. So we can say it can be a categorical variable, and we need to make sure that there should be at least three labels of this categorical variable. So to understand one-way ANOVA, firstly I am creating two vectors, one for income and second for occupation. So here you can see I have taken my first variable as occupation. I am pressing Control Enter to execute it in R. You can find it is successfully executed. In occupation, I have taken 3 levels: B for business, R for retired, and S for service class people. Now I have taken the income variable or income vector. I am pressing Control Enter to execute it in R. So as per or like my previous video, here firstly I am checking whether my occupation variable is a categorical variable or not. So using is dot factor, I am checking that, pressing Control Enter, and I am getting here false, means it is not a categorical variable. I can convert it into the categorical variable using occupation, and again I am storing the result in the occupation. I am pressing Control Enter. You can see I am not getting any error. Now again I'll check whether it is converted into the factor or not. I am pressing Control Enter, and R is giving me that true. That is, it is now converted into the categorical variable. Now I am using print function to see the labels of my categorical variable, and you can see we have 3 labels: B, R, and S, that is business class, retired people, and the service class people. So this way we have 2 variables now. One is categorical and one is the numeric variable. Now we need to check normality using Shapiro.test of my income variable. I am pressing Control Enter. You can see the output is giving us by the R, and the p value is greater than 0.05. That means we can not reject null hypothesis. So that is why I can conclude that the income variable is normally distributed. Now I am checking the homogeneity of variance. So to check this, you need to use the library function. For car package, you can press Control Enter. Then you can write live-in test in brackets. You can pass the dependent variable with respect to the independent variable using tilde sign, and then you can press Control Enter. In the output window in the console, you can see that the p is greater than 0.05. So this way we are again failing to reject the null hypothesis of live-in test, and that way we can conclude that the equality of variances is maintained by the income variable. So now lastly we will see whether the significant outliers are there in my variable or not. So I can use boxplot function, and inside this I can pass the name of my dependent variable. After tilde sign, you can keep the name of your independent variable. You can press Control Enter. In the fourth window, that is the plot window, we can see in all the 3 box plots, we cannot find any outliers. So that is why I can conclude this thing that there is no significant outliers available in my income variable. So friends, this way we have checked all the assumptions of one-way ANOVA using R. Now we'll see the one-way ANOVA syntax in R. So for that we need to use AOV function. Inside that we need to pass the name of our dependent variable, tilde sign, and then we need to pass the name of our independent variable, and then we need to check the summary of our AOV function. So here firstly I am storing the results of my AOV function in the result variable using AOV function. I am passing the name of my dependent variable, tilde sign, passing the name of my independent variable, pressing Control Enter. You can see I am not getting any error. Now I am using summary function for my result of ANOVA, and that way you can see in the console that we are getting the degrees of freedom for both the variables, sum of square, mean square, f value and the p value. So p value is less than 0.05. So I can write p is less than 0.05. That means here I can conclude that I am rejecting or I am failing to accept my null hypothesis. So that means I am going with my alternative hypothesis. And remember, I have written here my null hypothesis was this. So alternatively, because I am going with my alternative hypothesis, so I am concluding this thing that there is a significant difference in the mean income of business class, service class, and retired pupils. So friends, this way we can apply one-way ANOVA in R. I hope you have got understanding of assumptions checking and one-way ANOVA in R. Thank you so much friends for watching this video. Stay connected for more such videos in R. Thank you.